Well, here we are on YouTube. Ryan, how are you doing?
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Very excited for today's reaction, Nathan.
Yeah, me too. Have you heard of the band McFly?
Yes, we have. Of course, we
Uh,
love McFly.
yes, McFly is growing on me like like a cancerous growth that turns out to be malignant.
So then your fandom will go away. Cool. All right. So no,
I quite enjoy them.
yeah,
No, I think we even brought it up
yeah, we did during the drive there.
during the drive how much we enjoy McFly and how much I just think people need to get into it. I've been really encouraging my daughters to check
Mm.
out McFly because I think they'll really enjoy it. So, what do we got in front of us here?
Well, this is a different one. This is from one of our, well, if not top tier. I mean, we're talking top tier patron, Christina. She's a
Mm.
great supporter of the channel. She's amazing. Always interacts, always comments, and we
And she's
appreciate
right
her.
here.
And
She's
she's
right here
here
right now.
live with us right now.
Mhm.
So this is what she has to say about this. This is not a song, Nathan. This is an interview
Oh, okay.
at the Jonathan Ross show. I think it's a British show. I
Mm.
think British or Australian. I don't know. I don't know. It's just
Mm.
not North American. That's all I know. Okay. So McFly is awesome, and they live for their live shows, says Christina. But their personalities, friendship, and chemistry is a must see. So I thought I would throw a little fun your way. So there we go. I think we mentioned we kind of hadn't really seen too much behind the scenes interactions with the band, talking
Mm.
and just yeah. I don't think we've seen too much, have we?
No, not much.
Okay.
Very like we have seen some. I don't think we've seen a ton though. Yeah.
Okay, so we're finding out this gentleman, Jonathan Ross, is British. Okay, I'm sure we
Okay.
would. I caught a little bit of the accent when I did a quick queuing up the video. It
Yep.
sounded British, but I sometimes you never know. I don't want to say the wrong accent. Okay, here we
No.
go.
You just stopped somebody from they're already deleting their comment. He's
Yeah,
British.
I know. Yeah, we've just said it, guys. You don't have to tell us. Okay, let's
Okay.
check out this interview. We'll stop it here and there. Of course, it's I mean it's an interview, but yeah, we'll give it a couple stop. Maybe every 3 minute mark, we'll talk about what we've heard so far, and then move
Yeah.
on to the next 3 minutes. Okay.
Okay. Here we go.
Ready, ladies and gentlemen, because we have, without doubt, the greatest band in rock and roll history
Wow.
But
to be called McFly.
Oh.
Yes, it's McFly now. McFly back together on the couch. It's been a long time, guys. I've had these guys on before. They're always so much fun. While they were still teenagers, though, they became the youngest band to have a #1 debut album. That's incredible.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Took the title off the Beatles. They've had 7 UK #1s. They've had 5 top 10 albums, and 10 million records have been sold. I'm thrilled they're back together. Before they come and join me out on the couch, let's remind ourselves of some of their biggest hits. McFly.
Oh, the young they are. I wouldn't even recognize them. There you go. Wow, he's lost some weight there, eh? He looked like he's got a baby fat on his face there, Tom.
I'll be honest,
see
I
that?
love them. It's Tom,
Yeah.
Danny, Dougie, and Harry. McFly. Come on out, guys.
They look much older now, which is great. I don't want to watch boys.
Well, and this is a couple years ago still.
Yeah, 4 years ago.
He said, do you want me here?
Well, welcome back. Just looking back at those videos, I forgot how young you were when you started. How is it for you guys looking back at your teenage selves?
Bad haircuts.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's really cringeful. I mean, what were we thinking?
Well, you were kids.
How old were we there?
I was 15 there.
Oh.
That was our first ever, like, pap shot.
You can tell.
Yeah.
Actually, Dougie, you do look quite scared there.
Terrified, absolutely terrified. Danny's got the point going on.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
That's what I'll do. First pap shot.
So you were the youngest. Oh, I guess you still are. But I mean, you were.
No, he overtook us.
you cut it evens out. And did the others look out for you? Were you like elder brothers to him, or were you all sort of terrified?
Oh, yeah, they all... I left home as well, so I met these guys when I was 15, left home, moved into a house with these guys, and they taught me all the things I guess, like, fathers and uncles should have done, like, Danny taught me how to get into clubs, you know.
Yeah, I walk in. Well done, Doug.
But, you know, I don't know if that actually ever worked. You know, they taught me how to shave, Harry taught me how to roll spliffs.
So you're more like an uncle figure then, not so much a father figure.
Yeah.
Who taught you to shave?
I think that was you as
That was
well,
me
because
too,
Harry's
yeah.
always had a beard.
Yeah. Oh, how sweet though. And what? So you did take them on side and said, like, you know, you go with the grain, you don't go
Yeah,
against the
for
grain.
sure, we did. Yeah, we taught you a lot.
Okay, so McBusted happened in 2014. And as you know, I was a big fan of Busted. I genuinely loved it because my kids loved it. And we listened to it all the time. I love McFly as well. So it was a great thing when you guys got together. And you had fun as well, didn't you?
Yeah, it was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
It was incredible. I guess what was strange was that we, at that point, had been a band for 10, 11 years.
Yeah.
And so suddenly having 2 new band members who are, you know, our good friends, our best friends, it does change the dynamic of us four.
Yeah.
Suddenly having 2 new people with you on stage.
And so how did it change? So were some of you who were close before not as close anymore? Or
The hardest time, I think, as a collective was when McBusted ended. Because we kind of knew that they were going to get back together, that Charlie was going to come back, and we hadn't really spoken about what was next for McFly. So it ended, and then there was this uncertainty. We didn't really know what we were going to do, and we've been the stereotypical guys and not communicating very well. Because it was totally unplanned, and we just, before you knew it, a year had gone by, 2 years, you know, Danny was releasing solo music, I was writing books, you were living in LA, you were dancing on the tour. Like, we're all doing these other things for a few years, and...
They're laughing.
That's true. Hold on, but do you know what I mean?
what did they laugh at? You said he was
Hey, it's a
dancing.
West End as well.
He was in the West End dance video.
Yeah, he was a good dancer.
I pictured it that it was
Oh,
your
wow.
tour, but you were just dancing on the
The thing is, though, throughout all this time, if you'd asked any of us, do you want to do McFly, all of us would say yes.
So you always...
We always wanted to
there was
do it.
still
It's bad
fondness.
communication. You know what lads are like? We don't want to confront stuff.
Can I ask you this then? Have you dealt with this yourselves, or did you go into counselling together? Did you talk it through, or did you just find a way of doing it outside of that? You obviously went into counselling.
We've never spoken about this. Never, honestly. I mean, I don't
Oh.
think we'd
I'm
ever...
glad we chose such a private place to...
We never agreed.
Thanks to our new therapist.
We never agreed we would talk about this, but we did. The 4 of us went and spoke to someone.
Like couple therapy, like family
Literally,
therapy.
like
Yeah.
it. And because it got to a point where it was so ridiculous.
What's
2
going on?
years, you know, Danny was releasing solo music.
Nathan, I
was writing
accidentally hit the back button. Just relax. Sorry. I meant to pause it and then went back. Sorry.
You were dancing on the tour. Like, he was in the West End dance video.
Where were we?
Do McFly, all of us would
Okay.
say yes.
So you always
That's
side
right.
of that.
Anyways, I was just gonna make the joke. We could use therapy. Ha 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 ha. Now it's stupid because I wrecked the pause. You guys, if you guys just could see our StreamYard, the pausing on this thing is horrible. It's right below the search bar, like the where it is in the video. So if you click just above the play, if you don't get it right, you'll click on telling the video to go all the way back to the beginning. So it's
Just use the space bar.
yeah, that's definitely an option. Definitely an option. I'll consider that next time. Here we go.
You obviously went into counselling.
We've never spoken about this. Never, honestly. I mean, I don't think
Well,
we'd
I'm
ever...
glad we chose such a private place to...
We never agreed.
Thanks to our new therapist.
We never agreed we would talk about this, but we did. The 4 of us went and spoke to someone.
Like couple therapy, like family
Literally,
therapy.
like
Yeah.
it. And because it got to a point where it was so ridiculous. And
We should go to therapy.
You know,
And I hit spacebar and nothing happened. Sorry, I did try it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let's say put the mouse over the video. Let's try that. No, let me click there.
Maybe only I can do it.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. Well, anyways, it's not letting me. So
Nope. Doesn't let me either. Okay. Never mind.
yeah. All right.
it was seriously affecting our lives and our personal lives because, you know, there was such a void missing from our lives. And now to be back, you know, the next part of the story is our manager got us all together and just said, guys, I've booked the O2 in November. Who's in?
Wow.
And we were literally like, and he went round to each of us and said, are you in? You know, we said yes. And that was the start.
That's what she said.
Oh, I see. You're in.
Yeah. It went to each of us and asked if you were in. Yeah. Okay.
Of everything.
Have you guys got a WhatsApp group? A McFly WhatsApp group?
Oh, yeah. We hope it never gets out.
Did you have one with Busted as well?
The McBusted one, that's very quiet now.
Did they leave?
And James have left the group.
Oh, man. So you've announced the big tour. The tour is next year, the
Yes.
2020 tour.
Yeah.
It's going to be in April and May. Tickets are on sale now.
Probably never
Were
happened.
you wild guys?
Oh,
on tour?
yeah,
I mean,
COVID
now,
came.
I know for
That's
you,
right,
You have
yeah.
kids, and Dougie, you've got, I believe, a lizard.
Not anymore. The last exotic animal I had was a praying mantis, and she just sadly passed away. There she is.
Where is that?
Oh, wow.
That's it.
She's
That's the
upside
white
down.
thing on the side.
She's upside down. Yeah, she was.
It's like
she had-
holding a pepper army.
But I guess back in the day, were you wild back in the day before you started families?
The thing is, when people ask us this question, I don't know what we put in our book, so I don't know what we're allowed to say. I don't know what's already out there.
Did you guys ever smash up hotel rooms? I always
Okay,
imagined
I
that.
know. I know how wild.
I have an explanation.
Have an explanation.
No, this is really weird. This ain't like me.
It isn't
They ain't like
to
me.
be fair.
And I was in Chile, and I felt it was the last night of the South America tour, and I thought, I'll be a good lad. I'll stay up with the crew, you know, and say I'll
a
drink with
nice-
you
that's a
because
lovely
these
gesture.
miserable buggers went to bed.
Yeah.
So I stayed up like.
While she went out, we just didn't tell him.
Just to tell you. So I was like, I'll stay up with them, and there was this drink in Chile called Pisco Sour.
Yes,
And
I
I've
know it. yeah.
never had it before. Didn't know how strong it was, and I'm drinking it like whatever, you know. And obviously, you want to carry the party on. Back, come up to my room, everyone! Yeah, all the crew, you know. And the hotel staff just was like, no. And I was like, oh no, I'm not having it. And this drink just, I literally turned into the Hulk. I went upstairs and I was so angry that I wasn't allowed a party in my room. That there was room service from like, you know, a couple of hours before, and it was spag bol, and it just went poof on the roof. Yeah, have some of that. And I kicked a chair. It was just a bit of a.
You went
it
into
was
the room the
embarrassing.
next
I mean, I'll be
morning.
honest with you, that's the least wild.
Spag bol on the ceiling.
You spilled some food and you kicked the chair. I've done more damage by accident.
The Chilean police turned up, and I was, you know,
Never
having a
mind
bit of
that. In your
argy-bargy.
book, was it you and Dougie who had a double act with the mother and daughter?
Oh my
That's in your book. That's in your book. Never mind this spag pole bollocks. Well, that's a big night out. You dirty boys. That's the truth. You put it in the book already. Oh, we had a wild night. I put some food on the ceiling.
Oh my God!
Yeah, it's in their book.
I've never got to look at them the same
Gotta
way.
read the book.
You had a threesome, yeah?
No.
Come on, man, just read the book.
There's a daughter and a mum.
Yeah.
Which
one is? Do you have the
That is rock and roll.
The guy's like, oh man, I should have been a rock and roll star. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
rock and roll stars, man, they get girls and guys, whatever they get more loving action. Thank you. Then it's something about like, well, think about it. You're always on tour in front of thousands of people, so it's just like a buffet of choices. If you so desire, you don't have to, but a lot of them partake. Yeah. There's a lot of great stories from the bands that you and I would listen to back in the day, and they would literally have they have security, like guys that would go out in the crowd and say, the boys want to meet you after tell them, like basically give them their own personal pass. Oh yeah, that's how they don't just wander back there. They're chosen from the floor to say you come backstage. Yeah.
Over.
That's wonderful.
Wait, mum or daughter?
Oh, Dougie was obviously daughter. No!
Dougie took the mom. He took the mom. That's hilarious. Good for him.
I have never been so hot on a sofa.
Busted are sitting home going, we never had a night like that.
Yeah, no kidding.
So, am I right in saying that you can announce that you are going to be doing some new material as well?
Yes. Actually, just before we came on here in the dressing room, we found out that we have got the studio booked in London for 6 weeks solid to record the next album.
Wow.
Yeah.
And have you, that's amazing news, isn't it?
Now, just for context, Christina, was that the album that we just heard? That album?
Yeah,
That
did
just
that
came
happen?
out? The one that,
Did they
because this was
actually go in the
2019. I just can't remember I think they had another one. I think like they've had 2 albums since this interview, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
So lovely. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I hope you enjoyed it as well. I'm
Thank
so
you.
pleased you're back together. The tour is on sale now. McFly's 2020 tour. The album Lost Songs, you can find them there, downloading a new one every Saturday night.
Yeah.
McFly are back, ladies and gentlemen. McFly! Thank you, guys.
That's right. Young Dumb Thrills. That's right. And then they did their latest one. Okay, great. Awesome. That was fun. They're very it's funny. Danny was a little bit more shy than I thought he was going to be. He seemed to be a little bit more. Yeah. Dougie and Harry did most of the talking. Tom, he didn't really talk at all. Did you catch that, or was that just me? Or
Yeah, well, my guess with Tom, the more I get to know Tom, the more I think he's so similar to this kid that I taught years ago. I think he's actually stepping out of the way, to be honest. I think he's kind of giving others the chance to speak, because every time there was a question, it looked like he was going to speak, but he'd look over at somebody else to give the answer. And I knew that about Danny, he's not always that way. He was just embarrassed by some of the things that they're discussing. I think that's probably where that came from.
Well, Christina, is that is Tom usually quiet? I mean, Christina would know, she's followed them their whole career. Is Tom a quieter guy in general, or I thought he'd be more of the talker, or is that just so she's saying for Danny, he isn't always this way. So this is a little bit, and I'm wondering if Tom, is he always kind of quiet, or again, is this a little bit of a different interview where maybe it was just Harry and Dougie's turn to talk? Who knows? Fun interview, and I like the host. He was great, perfect host, added to the jokes and humor. I love that he had a good comedic timing. I love it when a British host knows how to run a talk show. That's great, good stuff. All right,
I'd like to see more stuff like this. I think
it's fun.
The more behind the scenes of these guys I get, the more I can appreciate them. I think it's been similar with other bands like this, where they're younger guys that are making their way. When we get a little bit of that behind the scenes, it endears you toward them even more. And I'm already on board for McFly. I don't care what they do at this point. I'd listen to it. So getting to hear them behind the scenes is just kind of icing on the cake.
Yeah, it was cool stuff. Thank you so much, Christina. That was a very fun watch. Love watching that behind the or interview style stuff. It's great. It's a perfect thing that we would like to see on top of the songs and live concert. Now we get more of their personalities, and wonderful to view that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks so much, and we'll see you in the next one.